Hey, this is WhyBeAre back with Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So let's do that mission I promised we were going to do, which has a whole paragraph to read. It says, hey, I'm RoadMaster1234's. That's what they call me on the internet. I'm a master behind the steering wheel in games, but now I bought a real machine and I'll show these unbelievers what I can do on a real road. So please do something with these rims because they slow me down. And I think something is not right with the engine. It's making a strange banging noise. Take care. Let's take this order and, well, you know what we're gonna do first off. We gotta take this thing for a test drive. Ew, it's all rusty. Why would you buy that? That's gross looking. All right, test track. Now let's do a 0 to 100 test, and I'm gonna listen to see if the engine makes a banging noise. So anyways, 3, 2, 1, and go. Well, I didn't hear a banging noise, and it took the car like 10 seconds to get up to about 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour. I should really look at the settings and see if there's a way to make it all imperial units instead of metric, because all I ever do is I look at that and then I have to convert it to miles per hour for it to make any sense to me. Ooh, it popped it up! Oh my goodness! Hey, we flipped your car over. How? Suspension testing. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if I just got really lucky or if you actually can't flip cars in this game, because that thing was so close to flipping over, it looks like. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the test drive that nearly wrecked the car tells me absolutely nothing about the parts that need to be replaced. It basically says every part that you could identify from the test drive is in perfectly working condition. So let's just go ahead and bring this thing over to the lifter and then we'll work on it from there. And I guess the first thing we'll do is deal with the wheels. So we'll just raise it all the way above my head because it's easier to do wheels when it's in that position for me. I wonder if there's a button you can click so it just double raises it all the way to the top from one click, instead of having to click, wait, and then click again. Anyways, let's remove that disgustingly rusty wheel off of this thing. That is in a bad state, isn't it? And then we'll go ahead and do the same for this one. Now I wonder if it's just dirty or is that really rust? I mean, I've never seen a car that looks this new have wheels that rust up that bad. Like, I've seen ones with dirt that bad, but never rust. That list just looks disgusting. We'll see what happens. I think I can separate the tire and we'll figure out what it says about it. And there we go. Got all those off, and now we'll go separate the tire and the wheel. So we go to separate parts, and yes, I would like to separate it. And if we actually look at the menu while that's separating, we can see what it says. So it says Rim Classic is the part that needs to be replaced. So the tire itself is fine. Even if they're bald, they don't care. They just want some different looking rims because they look so disgusting. And I don't blame them. That does not look good. Gotta make sure I hit the right button though. So we'll separate all 4 of these, then we'll go over to the computer and we'll buy some new rims, as they call them. I call those wheels. I don't know. The way I was always taught is the wheel is all of the metal. Then the rim is the outer edge. Then you have the spokes, which are the spokes. And then you have the hub, which is the center area where it mounts to the car. I could be wrong. That's just what I was taught. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get this one off and go to the last one. And we'll strip it down. And then we got to go and buy some. I'm kind of curious. Do we have to get the same ones? Or we can get some big, fat, chromed out ones that we can put on this thing and make it look ballin'? I really hope it'll let us do that. So over to the computer we go. And this time we actually don't go to the main shop. And then we got to go to the rim shop and we got to buy the most expensive ones we possibly can. So I'm just scrolling through this real quickly. And the most expensive ones I saw were $180. So I got to find the ugliest $180 ones I possibly can. We got to have 4 different ones as well. So this one doesn't look as nice as some of the other $180 ones. So we'll get this one. And I believe the size we needed was 17. And I have no idea on ET. I mean, the bigger it is, the more expensive it is. So we're just going to give them the most expensive wheel we could possibly do. $1,263. That's absurd. And this is going to be about $5,000 for just the wheels. It doesn't even have tires. That's just the wheels. And they're mismatched. That's going to be more expensive than his car. It's going to be great. Oh, yeah. These better fit. Otherwise, I just blew $5,000 on this. Oh, man. I'm going to be so mad if this doesn't actually work right. So there we go. All 4 of the wheels, a little bit over I can't get over that $5,000 on wheels for a car that looks like that. Like, the value of the car is probably measured in hundreds, seeing how rusty it is. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We're going to put these fancy old wheels on it anyways. So we can use the same old tire. It doesn't matter. We just stick it onto this, and then we have to put it on the balancer afterwards. So it's going to take just a second. There we go. So we take it, and we put it on the balancer, because the balancer takes a while. We could do like 2 or 3 of these in the time it takes to balance one of the wheels. Watch. This is going to be done. And then we're going to do another one, and that thing will still be spinning. I guarantee you. So here you go, and done. Swap. Next one. And that thing is still spinning. It's still balancing. Told you I could be faster than it. Can we do another one? That's the question. No, we cannot. That is done. So we'll go ahead and balance the next one. And then we'll grab this off of here and then put the last one onto it. And then we gotta go put this onto the car. So we'll just put it on the front left. Let's see if it actually fits. That's the scary part. Oh, looks like it's gonna fit. Come on. Yes. Put the expensive wheel on the car. That is a thing of beauty right there. And we can go over here and pick this one up and then balance up a different one. So actually, when I'm putting the wheels onto the car, it works pretty well because you just do it while it's balancing the other one. So you don't have to worry about waiting. Like, watch, that one's going to balance. We're going to go over here, and then we're going to mount this one onto the car. And by the time we're done with this, the other one will be ready to go. Almost. Should be pretty close, I would think. So we're done with that. And we go over here, and it is almost done. A little bit longer than I expected it to take, but it's close enough. Spin, 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 and done. So we take that and put the next one on, and then we gotta go install this onto the car. So I'll put this one in the front right, like it matters, right? You know, it doesn't matter. I just want it to look completely hideous, and it will. With these so ugly, super expensive wheels. Like, they're ugly because they mismatch. If you have the right car, I'm sure any of these will look fine. But when they have it on this car, it just looks so bad. Alright, take that. I wonder if it takes a different amount of time to balance wheels. Like if it's kind of random, you know, like, oh, this wheel is a little bit more naturally balanced than the other one, so it could be done faster or something. I don't know. Anyways, attach all those bolts, and then we should be done with that. So we'll go to car status. Beautiful. Those are all done. Now we gotta actually do some engine work, though. So let's lower the car and then get into that engine bay. RoadMaster. That's what it says right there. Now just stick our head in here. What do we see? Okay, well, I see a little bit of rust over here on the belt tensioner, so we'll take this thing off. And then that thing says 12%, so that's definitely something that needed to be replaced. I also see some on the idler roller, but we can't access it yet. I gotta remove some parts to get there. There we go. That thing is gone. And what else is there? Let's see. There's only one more part that needs to be repaired. Is it over here? I really don't see anything that looks super rusty at all. Let's see if we do the examine mode. Do we see anything? No, and there's really nothing we can examine. Like, everything needs a special tool, or it needs to be taken off the car, it seems like. So now I'm just kind of sitting here like a fool. Like, what could we possibly do in this situation? I guess we'll just start removing things and see if anything says, oh yeah, that's the right part to remove. Like, the radiator looks a little bit rusty, so it's maybe that. Oh hey, look, that said it was a low percentage, but we'll remove the radiator anyways because I wanted to. And then we could go ahead and check the car status right here. Okay, so we removed every part we need, so I just got to memorize those parts. And I was really paying attention when I removed them, so I should still have the parts in my head. And we don't need to be in the rim shop for this, so we'll go to the main shop. And then, okay, going through my head, we needed Serpentine Belts. We needed 2 of them. We needed an A and a B. And I don't think there was any, like, sub number on it. It was just A. That's it. And the other one was just B. That's it. Then we needed an idler roller. And I have no idea which letter this one was, so A? I'm just guessing here. This is going to be bad. I'm going to buy a wrong thing. I know it. We needed a belt tensioner, and I have no idea again if it's A or, well, there's only one choice, so that's easy enough. And then the last thing was a radiator fan housing? Or is it a radiator fan housing fan? Oh goodness, I don't know. I want to say it was the fan. I swear it was like a really long string. It could have just been radiator fan housing B though. Let's go, it's this one, I know it. Oh, this is not going to work, is it? This is going to be the wrong part. I have a bad feeling about that purchase. I should not have done that. I just have a really bad feeling that's going to be the wrong part. I'm not going to even think about it, though. I'm going to put the good parts on. So, idler roller A, that's a good part. And the belts, those are good parts, right? Yep, that's a good belt. And then for this belt, is it good? Yes, it is. Then we got to go over here and put the belt tensioner on. And then here's the scary part. Okay, radiator. And that was already good, I know. And then here. Okay, that's good. And the fan was bad. Whew! Oh goodness, thank you. Okay, that makes me really happy. So I want to go check what missions are available before I turn this in. I want to see if they change. So, alright, I got a basic idea. There's nothing here that really stands out to me between all of these ones. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this car in. So we go to car status, and oh my goodness, that's $7,500 I just made. That's some paper! They spent that much to repair that car. So I'm looking at these right now, and none of these really appeal to me so much. So you know what I might do? I'm gonna just wait around a bit and see if I get any more interesting ones in like a 10-minute window, and I'll be back if I see one that sounds cool. So I waited around a bit, and this one sounds interesting enough. It's the Rhino Piccolo Ecotech, which is this little itty bitty car with an inline 3 engine. And the problem, it just says repair all running gear faults. And apparently one of the problems is the suspension. I haven't really done anything with the suspension. I've done a lot of brakes, but not really suspension. So we'll go ahead and do this just so I can take a look at this thing in a little bit bigger view, because it is an interesting looking car in the picture there. And here it looks a lot lamer. I don't know why, but in the picture it looked really cool. When I actually see it, it's just this rusty pile of junk. But no matter what the car is, it's time to take it for a test drive, especially for a suspension problem. Now, since this thing has an inline 3 engine, I have a feeling it's going to be really slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to back it up before we do the acceleration test, because I like to make sure my car gets up to 100 kilometers an hour on this test. All right, so that should be backed up enough, and then we're going to go ahead and get to a complete stop. Come on, stop. Okay, there we go. Close enough. And go! I'm flooring it right now. It's already been about 3 seconds. That means if you're in a hypercar, you're already at 100 kilometers an hour. Okay, we're up to, whoa, we just had a jump right there as we shifted. Can we even get to 100 at the end of this? Like, we're gonna slam into the wall if we try to get to 100, aren't we? Come on, get to 100. Oh, can't do it, can't do it. We got to 99, but I got too scared. Ooh, this is a slow car. So I was trying to do that in my head, and I think it took almost 20 seconds to get up to 100 kilometers an hour. That almost sounds like dangerously slow to an American like me. I know there are European cars out there where that's perfectly normal, but the American in me is like, what? What is this nonsense? 0 to 60 should never be more than 10 seconds to come out of the car. Ever. American way. Alright, so brake test, and nice sliding finish. That was pretty good. Well, there's your problem. Your wheel hub bearing and your sway bar rear end link and your rear sway bar A is all bad. And I think actually it'll tell you what's bad if you go to the car status. Oh my god. There's even a scroll bar? Okay, I've never seen a car that needs this much done to it. This is on a completely another level here. So first off, we remove it to the lifter and we get it into the air so we can actually see the suspension here. To be honest, I'm a little concerned about this. It was pretty easy so far, like 1 or 2 parts here and there. Now this is like you gotta completely redo the suspension. Hey, why are you going down, dude? I never remember how to use this thing. So you click it to go up unless you want to go down sometimes. I don't know. So we click it, there we go. And we get under here, and then we're gonna do a quick examine mode so you can kind of just get an idea how things are. So it looks like everything's kind of in the back on this thing. Like only the rear has problems. The front's all right, so that makes it a little bit easier on me. All right, let's get to removing parts. How much of this can we remove without removing the tire? Actually, can we remove like this? Yes, we can. I wonder if we're gonna be able to do all of it without removing the tire. That'd be interesting. I figured we'd have to remove it, but maybe not. See, I'm used to anytime you do something with the suspension, you have to do that because I don't have a car lift in my household. We have jacks, and it's just a lot easier to access things when you remove the wheel and stuff. All right, there. Okay, that actually needs to have the wheel removed, so we'll go ahead and do that real quickly. And I can't even see it. Just kind of a awkward position here, but done. Does that look bad almost on the brake disc? I mean, the brake disc always look a little bit rusty, don't they? So that's okay, probably. I don't know, it didn't say anything about brake problems. It was all suspension. All right, let's remove this. Oh, wait, maybe the other side is all connected up still. Duh. All right, head over here, and we'll remove the wheel, since I know we're going to need to remove it. Perfect. And then all the extra parts as well over here. I'm trying to see what looks rusty, and I really can't tell. But I need to remove the sway bar, and I gotta figure out what that's attached to, and it's so hard to see anything over here because so much stuff. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna start removing things so I can see. I'll worry about installing it later. I just can't see nothing, man. But there we go. Now I can see the sway bar rear end link. I couldn't even tell where it was exactly because there's so much stuff in the way. And at this point, I feel like I've removed most of the bad parts. Like, let's see here. Is anything else red? There's a couple of red parts over here. You can go ahead and remove those as well. So we got to go to the part unmount mode, and then can't remove that until we remove this. Can't remove that until we remove this. Can't remove that until we remove the spring. And I don't think there's going to be anything on the other side, but I do want to try to do a quick check right here. Nope, just on the left side for the parts we have to remove. So we can go back over into here, and then we can remove the spring cap, and then we can remove the rear suspension arm, and then finally we can remove the little itty bitty rubber bushing right there that's messing everything up. Wait, there we go. And then I think that's everything. Let's do another examine mode here. Okay, there's some red right inside of there. The wheel hub bearing. Can you... I don't know if you could actually access that from inside or not, so I'm gonna just do it the lazy way. I'm going to remove the brakes to get to there, because that's how I would do it in real life. You probably don't need to do this. I'm being completely honest here. You probably don't need to remove all this, but we're doing it anyways. And we can just kind of stick our hand in there. And yeah, there's no way we could have removed it from that side anyways, so that was just a complete waste of time removing all the brake stuff. All right, so I see a few more things that need to be replaced. Some rubber bushings. These ones are actually screwed in, so get rid of these. And I think this will actually finally be it. Let's do another examine mode here. All right, everything looks pretty good on this side. What about the other side over there? Get a little closer. There we go. And everything looks good there as well. Now we need to buy the parts, which you saw there's a huge list of things if we go to the list. Well, we can't go to the list here, but the point is I'm going to just write down all the parts I need, and then I'll be back once I do that. Okay, so we need 4 small rubber bushings. I think we could just probably get away with just doing small rubber. There we go. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Then we need 1 wheel hub bearing. We could probably just get away with just typing that. There we go, wheel hub bearing. Then we're going to need rear shock absorber A. So rear shock. That's not how you spell shock. Rear shock absorber A. Then we need sway bar rear end link. There we go. Then we're going to need 3 regular rubber bushings. So just type rubber bushing again. And not small. So 3 of those. Then we're going to need rear suspension arm B. So rear suspension arm A and B. Then we're going to need to do rear suspension upper arm. And I could probably just type upper arm for this. There we go. And then shock absorber cap. I'm going to just type cap. And where is shock absorber cap? There we go. And then we also need a rear sway bar. And it was A. Okay, hopefully that's all the parts we needed. And I didn't miss any as I was writing them down by hand. So now we're going to just hop on over to here and get to mounting these parts on. Start on the left side, I guess. Hopefully you can't install these in the wrong order, because I'm just going to be clicking on anything that allows me to put parts in place. That's the strategy right now. Alright, so you got to put the bushings into there. Sure, that makes enough sense. Why not? Rear suspension arm. That was a reused piece. There's nothing wrong with that one. Alright, spring cap. That is reused, but the part that goes on top of all this is the new one. I gotta get a better camera angle for this. There we go. Rear spring. And rear shock absorber cap. That's the new one. There we go. Small rubber bushings. Put those in and screw them in. And then the mistake right here where I completely removed the wheel when I didn't need to. So just go ahead and put that bearing in there and then reattach all of this of exactly how it was. You know, what a waste of time it was removing all this, but I wasn't sure. Like, I thought maybe that'd be the better way to access it. It wasn't. Oh, wait, can I still put on the hubcap? Yeah, the wheel hubcap. It sounds funny if I say it like that. Put on the hubcap, but it's not a hubcap. Alright, so next we do... Wait a minute. Something went wrong here. I did something wrong, didn't I? I don't know, that doesn't feel right. I'll come back to that later. I need a second to think through. I feel like I did something wrong. I don't know why, but it just feels like that's not right. It's just this weird feeling, and like I can't doubt a weird feeling like that. Ooh! Wait a minute. Oh wait, okay, we're fine. I wasn't sure if we were going to be only using good rubber bushings or not, but they're all good. I thought I might not have bought enough of them. So then we do the rear sway bar. No screws for that. And I think there were some things over here we had to do. Like, yeah, like these things. So I'll put this thing on. 2 bolts. Oh, 1 bolt. Oh, huh. And some rubber bushings over here. I'm just like clicking all over the place to get all this stuff installed. Oh, wait a minute. I know why I didn't feel right last time. I didn't put the wheel on. Because it wouldn't let me. I must have had to put some of the... oh, that's right. Not those bushings. It was the linkage or something it needed before you could put the wheel back on. Alright, so now we can put this thing back on. Screw in every bolt. We'll do the same to the other side. And I should probably have checked and made sure this was actually good. Beautiful! Everything is exactly how it should be. We just gotta mount on the other wheel? Why can't I mount on the wheel? Oh, I bet it's that same linkage. There we go. Yep. Same linkage was not attached. I think kind of just hides away in the back of everything, and it's hard to see sometimes. There we go. I like that the game won't let you put the parts in the wrong way, and then it's like, wait, why can't I do this? So that should be good, I guess. We'll go ahead and go to start car status and finish order. Got some money. We leveled up. That means we can get the repair bench. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what I want. Only costs 1 skill point. That's how many I got. Give me it. Sweet. Wait a minute. So where is the... Oh, there's a new area. Cool. So now I can repair parts instead of always buying them. That's great. And we'll try that out next time. So until then, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.